We're going to make some floral inspired pieces, and the first thing I'm going to do is grab a green and I'm going to roll this into little tiny slivers with my hands and just take my needlepoint tool and just place 3 different little slivers. It doesn't matter where you place it. I'm just placing these on one side for this specific color. Then I'm going to take that same color and I'm going to roll it into like a ball shape, but that's a little thicker, so it kind of looks like a seed pod. You can roll this into any shape you want. I just particularly wanted a different shape that I'm going to do on the other side. So I made this little seed pod and I'm going to gently place it on there, kind of press it, tap it down with my finger. And I'm going to make a bigger one for the middle and then a smaller one for the top. And then I'm going to take a tool that just gently presses down and a ball pen and kind of roll it to get the fingerprints out. And then for the other side, I'm actually going to use a different darker green. And I'm going to do the same thing and roll out little slivers and do a few more pieces than 3. So I'm just going to play this by ear, just kind of see what I like and how the form takes shape. And I will link all the tools in the comments for you. I'm going to take one of my needlepoint tools and I'm going to kind of work it into the clay like I'm painting it in there so it adheres to it. And then using that same green, I'm going to roll a different shape, more like a ball, and then just kind of pinch the ends just a little bit to kind of form a different shape to get it that end piece where it comes off the leaves. You can add as many as you like. I'm going to continue to add them all along the leaves. You can add 2, you can add 3, you can keep on adding. You can add more on the other side, but I'm going to keep the 2 different greens separate. And then again, I'm going to take my rolling ball and I'm just going to gently get the fingerprints out, kind of make sure it's adhered to the clay. It will bake onto the clay and be very sturdy. Next, I'm going to take some yellow and still do those same long skinny lines. And I'm going to place these on both sides. I'm going to place them on the right side and the left side because I'm going to then do little round balls like I did the other ones. But the little round balls this time are going to be dotted. Again, I'm going to kind of press it down into the clay like I'm painting. Make sure it sticks really good to that unbaked clay. Now I'm going to go ahead and make all my balls and then I'm going to press it down like it's little flowers and put little dots in it with my needlepoint tool. And I'm going to do this on both sides. You can add as many or as little as you like on each side, or you can even do a completely different shape. Now for some extra detail on these seed pods, I'm going to do a little skinnier line and just kind of layer the top of it and then press down below so it kind of sticks to the other. And this just gives like a little extra pop of detail. To make my flowers, I'm going to take some white and I'm going to use my fingers and I'm just going to roll it out till it's completely smooth. And then take my rolling ball and I'm going to form it to where it forms into a leaf shape. So roll it and then just kind of form that little indenture and then just continue to make as many pieces and petals that you want. So I don't put fingerprints on the petals. I'm actually going to use my bigger roller ball and you can just kind of play. I'm not adhering them yet, not pressing them down. I'm just kind of gently placing them on there so I can kind of see where I want the petals to be. I'm going to actually use 4 petals for the back and then I'm going to use 3 petals for the front and then I'm going to use like little different seeds But right now I'm just going to be placing the back petals, and once I get them in the place I want them to be, that's when I'm actually going to take my pen and I'm going to roll them down so they actually stick into the clay. You could also use liquid clay, but I don't, because I don't like it to kind of seep out the sides. And then I'm going to take my smaller ones and I'm going to place those gently where I want them to be. And then I'm going to also roll them into the other pieces so they stick to the clay. Then I'm going to go back to my same yellow and I'm going to roll really tiny, small little pieces. This is going to be what is going to go in the very front of the flowers, and I'm going to take my longer point needle tool and just kind of press those down in each of those 3 petals as the very front centerpiece. Now look over your piece and just kind of fix any last little details, and remember this is all unbaked, so be careful, and this is how they turned out. What do you think?